Welcome back to Megaman X. And going in weakness order, now it's down to Flame Mammoth. And the hardest, in my opinion, hardest freaking armor part to get, but we'll get to that soon.
Look at me!
Also, if you're playing the PSP version, you want to come to this stage first. Also, I finally get to show this off. The unique thing about Mega Man X is that it has this system where after you beat certain enemies, it changes specific stages.
No other game does this.
Well, that's not entirely true. Well, in the X series,
I was trying to say
X3.
No other game in the X series does this.
Shifty eyes. Well, none of the other games do it as well as this. X3 does it, but the way X3 does it is stupid.
Yeah,
but that's another story altogether.
One thing I will say about X3, even though I like X3, it's just
X3 just has needless backtracking for the sake of it. But anyway, because I beat Chill Penguin, all the lava in this stage is frozen over. Also, up here is where the Buster upgrade is, and it's the hardest upgrade to get, in my opinion, unless you get the timing right. Which boom.
Yeah.
Sometimes I miss that jump. But this is the one armor piece that it's okay if you miss, because if you don't get it here, you can get it later on in Sigma Stage 1. So
X, don't forget to take an ibuprofen before you leave. That looked like it hurt like shit.
Don't worry, Dr. Light, I had a helmet.
I don't think that helped.
Just make sure you don't throw that ammo away in the next game.
Just don't throw it up. Just don't throw up on your way down.
Just don't throw these out. I only have 7 more of these.
I have 6.
Anyway,
I have 7 payments left.
Anyway, this is the X Buster upgrade. You can charge up your special weapons. I only have 2 right now, but I can show them off.
Woo! Oh, woohoo!
Typically, I don't use the charged versions of the weapons because they don't do that much extra damage, and it also uses up way too much weapon energy to do that. Also, freezing this area gets you the heart tank easier. I think you can still technically get it if you didn't beat Chill Penguin. It's just harder.
It's harder because the whole place is lava. Imagine that.
Well, I can't remember if the lava was instant kill or not.
Actually, I think it actually is now, honestly.
It's been so long since I played this without beating Chill Penguin first. I honestly don't remember.
I think it's either a one-hit kill or it does so much damage that it feels like a one-hit kill.
Sounds about right. Also, you can get the heart container was in the bottom right, and if you go into the top left, you can get another sub-tank.
Yeah.
As well as an extra life. Yeah. The weird thing is, like, technically you do need the helmet to break that wall, even though you're not using your head to break the wall.
Yeah, I was judo kick!
Maybe it's not the helmet, maybe it is the leg parts, since the leg parts are required.
No, you do need the helmet for that. I remember trying that before, but it didn't work.
I think in the PSP version, that wall gets broken by the leg parts because it makes more sense for you to kick the wall down instead of using your helmet. I mean, it's funny to imagine X just headbutting through the wall there, but
here's X. Just busted
God!
Through the wall.
Ow! Thank God those crushers aren't an instant kill.
Even though they technically should be. It'd make this place more threatening.
Well, I got rid of most of the threat by beating Chill Penguin first.
And yet the pipes still leak lava.
Well, if the pipes themselves have lava in them, that's still gonna be there.
Yeah, the pipes themselves have lava. Shouldn't the lava be seeping through?
I don't question it. Hey, look, it's not Sniper Joes. They just have maces this time, and they're just as pathetic as Sniper
Mace
Joe. You're not gonna hurt me.
There you go. There's a good name for it, Mace Joe.
That might actually be what it's called. I don't know.
I will laugh if I look it up and I see Mace Joe, I'm going to laugh my ass off. This boss is so intimidating, you don't even need to walk to him. Also, I like how the conveyor belt just stops working so conveniently.
Okay, so the way this fight works is, yeah, Flame Mammoth's going to throw those weird platforms down. Every time he roars, he's going to change the direction of the conveyor belt, and if he throws fire onto those red platforms that he's throwing, they'll catch fire.
Also, fun fact: if you use Boomerang Cutter on this character, you cut off his tusk.
Yes, you do, and that actually makes him not able to change the direction of the conveyor belt anymore.
It also makes him weak as shit.
He can still use the Fire Wave with his arm cannon, but also Fire Wave, the most worthless weapon. Well, no, Shotgun Ice is the most worthless weapon. Anyway, I go back to Chill Penguin now that I have the fire weapon to get the heart container. Jump up here, use the Fire Wave to break this igloo, and you get a heart container.
Thanks for nothing. That's like one roommate coming into your house and then get just for popcorn.
Yeah. That's the thing that they made. That's the thing that, like, Capcom decided, like, because RPGs were super popular around this time, they decided to put RPG-style elements into Mega Man X.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time Mega Man had that kind of functionality.
True, but they didn't start really doing that till Mega Man 6.
I also like how this level after being Storm Eagle, I like how this level suggests that you took Storm Eagle's ship and just power drive the shit out of his factory.
It's more like after you killed Storm Eagle, like he was the only one piloting his airship, so it just kind of crashed into this power plant.
Yeah, it looks more like you just power drive the ship into it. It was like, fuck this place in particular.
I mean, if you come here without beating Storm Eagle first, then the lights are not flickering on and off, and the pipes are actually shooting electric energy at you.
Yeah, kind of a catch-22 on that one.
It's weird because I kind of think that it makes the stage easier if you don't kill Storm Eagle first.
If you're in a dark room, you can actually see the stage in its entirety without the light.
It also changes this fight too. If you don't kill Storm Eagle, then
you have little electric balls shooting from the ceiling.
Yeah, because he charges himself up with the electricity that's in the ceiling, but it's broken. This is also kind of a reimagining of one of the boss enemies from Wily Stage 3 and Mega Man 1.
It's been a while since so maybe. I think it's right.
The giant bubble enemies.
I can't remember. It's been a while.
It's kind of the same. It's not exactly the same. The X series has callbacks to the classic series. This was I think before they decided on what the storyline was going to be. So I think the story didn't actually start until Mega Man X. Like the actual story that they were going to go with didn't actually start until X2.
Now see, that's a fire wave, not this puny shit.
Yeah, yeah. That's the powered up fire wave.
That's what the fire wave should have been from the start.
I guess. The only downside to that is...
You label your weapon Fire Wave, and it's a flamethrower.
Fair enough. Also, this is... You can get this heart thing right now. It's just kind of hard to do sometimes. Because it involves doing a wall jump off the side of this wall.
It involves making gravity your bitch.
There we go.
Like I said.
I have the hardest time doing wall jumps from the left.
See, X is so good, he can wall jump in thin air.
It's more like a wall kick. So it's kind of like Super Metroid, only a lot easier to pull off.
It's a wall kick with that. It's a wall kick on air.
Mario wouldn't get to do that until Mario 64.
That's not even a wall jump in it. That's not even doing it in midair.
Well, they did call it a wall kick, so it's close enough.
It's not midair though. It's not. You're not wall kicking off air.
He's not wall kicking off air. He's kicking off the wall.
You missed my joke entirely.
I get you. It's like, oh god damn it! It's like, might as well show off some of the weapons there. Shotgun Ice has some use outside of just being Spark Mandrill's weakness and making him the biggest joke in this game.
I will say one of the biggest weaknesses of the PSP version, every single Maverick has an annoying voice.
Well, yeah, everyone's got voice acting.
I appreciate the effort. It's not very good voice acting. No, you just stand there and shoot him.
I know. I was just getting the timing wrong. There we go.
This reminds me of when Spark Mandrill was in the Mega Man show. They made him out to be the burliest fighter. When here he can't do shit if he's frozen.
Yeah, Spark Mandrill and Vile were in that episode. And Vile did 90% of the work.
Vile did nothing.
No, Vile is actually the only.
Vile did nothing of interest. How about that?
Vile is the only one of the two that actually did anything worthwhile. He's the only one that actually fought. Spark Mandrill is just kind of there.
Also, apparently Mega Man X has no sense of
morality in that show because he's just like.
It's like, there's a building with people in it, but Vile's in there. Better build the whole thing down. he's like, but you're gonna destroy the city. No, I gotta stop I gotta stop Mavericks at any cost. Like, yeah, that is the exact opposite of what X would do. It's like, oh no, a baby's with Vile in it. Better blow up the whole place down.
To be fair, that episode aired when the only game that was out at the time was this one. X2 wasn't out yet.
And X's
personality.
Here's the thing: even X1 established that he's a pacifist.
Not entirely.
Well, not entirely, but even X1 established that he'd rather not fight. Period.
True.
So that's entirely on Ruby Spears for doing that.
Yeah. Also, this is the best stage to farm extra lives because that giant bat keeps respawning.
That's also,
a
reused sprite from Mega Man 7.
Yes, it is. I think it's more trying to be based off of Mega Man 2's giant bat from Woodman stage, but it's close enough.
I'm just pointing out the fact that it's a reused sprite. Something Capcom's guilty of in this day and age.
Well, it couldn't have been reused from Mega Man 7 because Mega Man 7 wasn't out yet. Mega Man 7 came out around the same time as Mega Man X2.
Was it X2? Are you sure about that?
Yeah, because Mega Man 7 and Mega Man X2 came out the same year.
I could have swore X and 7 came out at the same time.
No, Mega Man 6 and Mega Man X came out at the same time. And that's what threw a lot of people off because Mega Man 6 was still for NES when Mega Man X was Super Nintendo.
I was like, hey, wait a minute.
And then Mega Man and Bass comes out in 1998 for Super Nintendo, which is even more confusing.
We don't talk about that.
Well, Mega Man and Bass is not a bad game. It's just overly difficult for the sake of being overly difficult.
It's overly difficult. You're playing as the title character.
Unless you're Bass.
That's why I said if you're playing as a title character.
True. And also, this is the best stage to farm for sub-tank energy, because if you just stand in this hallway, these bats keep coming back, and they most of the time will drop large life energy. So if you end up and thankfully when you go through the final the final 4 stages, it's not like the classic series where it goes where you just keep going through all at once. Every time you beat a stage, you can go back to previous stages. So you.
I have a plot question for this game.
What's up?
While X is going around killing all of his Mavericks, what's Sigma doing?
That's elaborated on a little bit better in the PSP version. It's implied that after Sigma went Maverick, he had 8 other Reploids. He took the 8 other Reploids that Dr. Kane made, because he was around when they were being designed, and he persuaded them to join his army and fight against the humans.
That's what these are, though.
Yeah. So Sigma is using these 8 Reploids / Mavericks to test X's abilities.
No, my question is, what is Sigma doing during this time? Well, X is doing all
sitting in his palace, watching X fight all of these Mavericks to see how strong he is.
No, I like to nah, that's boring. I like to imagine he's on Netflix catching up on Castlevania. Oh God, they've gotten to Alucard already. I've missed so much.
Like, what are my friends at Konami doing? Oh God! And I thought Capcom had issues.
These guys have actual blood. What are they thinking? It's like I can just imagine. I may be evil, but I'm not that much of a douche.
It's like, yeah, man, maybe I should move my headquarters to Konami. Holy shit!
This Dracula guy is a fucking monster.
Maybe I should make a Maverick based off of Dracula. Or if you're playing the Japanese version, Mavericks are called irregulars. I'm not sure where that comes from.
We should just it's like I wonder where I got. It's like maybe I should find a Maverick that looks like Dracula. Looks in the history books. Shade Man. Oh God, that didn't work out too well at all, did it?
Actually, no. There is a Maverick that's a bat. That's in Megaman X5.
Yeah, but he doesn't count. That's a normal bat. He's not Dracula.
Fair enough. And now we're going on to
Launch Octopus.
The hardest of the 8 Mavericks, in my opinion. Fuck this guy.
AKA the star of Megaman X hentai.
Please no.
You know it's true.
Shut up. Anyway,
if memory serves me right, in the PSP version, they made this character very flamboyant, just as a
yes,
joke.
Yes, they did, because it's the same voice actor that they did. To be fair, they did the same thing to Elecman and Mega Man Powered Up.
Well, that you can just chalk up to being as a cartoon.
I think it's the same voice actor that does Elecman too, because they have the. It's the same group.
Like you can tell they did that on purpose.
Yeah,
you can tell.
I mean, Dr. Wily's voice actor also does Chill Penguin in Maverick Hunter X.
Wah, 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 wah. The most nice sound in the world.
Only if you hit him with the fire wave. Wah, 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 wah.
That's the only time it sounds like an actual penguin.
I don't even know if penguins actually make that. Oh no, they make noise.
They make noise, just not very often.
No, they make noise all the time. Remember that episode of Futurama where Bender got stranded on that Arctic planet and he lived among the penguins?
Isn't that the one where he flattened his body out to make it look like a penguin?
Yeah, and he's wearing a tuxedo.
I can't even remember that one very well.
That was the
only one I remember. The only one I remember the most is when Bender became a wooden robot.
Oh yeah, I love that episode.
We will demonstrate our peaceful ways by force.
By force. What? What? Anyway, this is probably the hardest part of the stage. Is this freaking submarine mini boss? Only because he can be an asshole.
I'm sorry if you hear a lot. I'm sorry if you hear a lot of noise. Apparently, my cat is deciding to attack invisible ghosts in the house.
Get him, Lionel.
Oh anyway. God, he just took down Death from Castlevania. Please help.
Anyway, my recommendation for this guy is
tackle him relentlessly.
Well, it's safer than trying to stand on those 2 platforms where he could suck you into the spikes or push you into the spikes.
Also, isn't that Bowser supposed to be 10 times bigger than his entire body?
I don't know. We're also underwater, so
I'm just asking out of curiosity.
It could be. I'm not sure.
Perspective's a bitch. It's hard to judge. Perspective's a bitch in the SNES game.
True. Okay, so what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to take down this submarine and ow, goddamn torpedoes.
Hey, at least it saves you from the spikes.
True. Coming down here, we have optional mini boss.
And
he's dead.
Don't be like me, where you jump super high and forget where the spikes are.
If you jump, you can tell where the platforms are if you stand by those green pillars in the background, because they're always right on the edge of the platform. Or you can just do what I did, stand on the back of that eel and use Storm Tornado, kills him in one shot.
I was not
doing that.
Keep in mind, people, I was like, well, let's see, what year was it when this came out again?
95?
I saw 90. I saw
94, 95?
I saw 93, so...
Oh, 93? Yeah. Yeah, 93. So we were probably about 6 or 7 at that time.
I was 13 when this game came out, so I was very stupid.
Oh, first time through, you're not going to know how to deal with stuff. Again, the Storm Tornado is this game's Metal Blade. It kills that eel in one shot. Anyway, the reason why we went down there the first time is that's where the heart tank for this level is. And now for the hardest Maverick in the game, in my opinion.
Nobody likes this character.
The only reason why I say he's the hardest is because unlike every other Maverick in this game, his weakness doesn't put him in a stun loop. So he just keeps fighting. Also, do not get grabbed by him when he's doing that tornado attack. He will start sucking out your energy and giving it to himself. There is another weapon you can use on him that lets you cut off his tentacles, which makes him not able to use half of his missile attacks. But that's kind of a waste of time.
I missed that entire boss fight because my cat apparently got tangled up in the curtains.
Oops. You didn't miss much.
I don't know what happened, but apparently he just ran through here, got caught up in the curtain, and he's like, God help me.
Poor Lionel.
So I had to go help him get untangled real quick. And as soon as I got him untangled, he ran upstairs.
Also, I love that spelling error. It's the homing torpedo, but in the Super Nintendo version, it was translated as horming torpedo. For some reason, there was an R in it.
Oh yeah.
Horm, not horny. Horm.
I was wondering if you noticed.
I heard that. Anyway, yes. So Launch Octopus, in my opinion, is the hardest of the 8 Mavericks, even with his weakness. Because, like I said, the rolling shield doesn't put him in a stun animation, so you just kind of have to rush him and hope that you kill him fast enough.
Just drop kick him somewhere.
Anyway, we're getting by here pretty quick. We only have 2 Mavericks left to go before we go to Sigma's stages.
Woo! Sigma's gonna get his ass kicked at this rate.
Damn right.